Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank you for coming out to our weigh-in this afternoon. We are Wild West Bass. This is our Apex Pro Tour, event number 4 for the year. A lot at stake here. Classic qualifications, top 30 move on to fish our championship in the fall or the spring right now on a tentative date. We're working on it as we speak. So a lot at stake here. Event number 1, we'll finish on Monday. We lost a day due to bad weather at Lake Mojave. We're going to make that up on for the last day. Then we'll have our top 30 that qualify for our championship. Also, beautiful trophy. We started yesterday on day 1. These anglers on the Apex Tour get no practice. They did not know we were going to fish here till very late. They got to fish here 2 days. Most of them have no experience here on this body of water. When we get done today, we will take the top 10 anglers and move on to day 3 at Lake San Vicente, close by. We'll finish up top 10. They'll start at 0, all 10, 1 to 10. They'll be tied for first place. We'll crown a champion tomorrow. Hope you'll join us same time, about 3 o'clock. Lake's been good to us here. The lake is very low. Those of you at home that don't know much about our fishery here, of course, California is suffering through a large drought, but this is one of the best fisheries they have in the state, obviously, even though in lack of its size and pressure. Puts out some good fish. We use a hybrid format. You can go to TourneyX, look it up when you have time. It'll explain it to you. It was used in the kayak series. Most places where it's got its start, we've adapted it on the boaters events, and it's working great. So we'll take the top 5 in weight after today, and then the keeper count. So if you had a bad day yesterday, but you caught a lot of small fish, you still have a chance to make it to day 3. And anglers caught them again today. We talk to them when they check in, ask them their keeper count and verify. You can follow TourneyX. Again, like I said, when you have cell phone coverage, it's very tough here. As most of you know, phones don't ring here very much, so it's tough to get a signal here at Lake El Capitan. But great fishery nonetheless. We fish it in our team series as well here in Southern California. We also have a Northern California Trail, Arizona, and new this year, Pacific Northwest, as well as our Pro-Am. So we'll have another Pro-Am again in August. Will be our next event there. That'll be on the Columbia River out of Kennewick, Washington. We'll crown our Angler of the Year after that event as well. Then go to September, our last Pro-Am. We finished up in August last year. This year, we're going to the Delta in September, so not too late to qualify. You folks, I want to thank down here Jim Slight, as always. Jim worked with us here to get our division started, and he's running their championship. We apologize to all his anglers that fish with them that infringe on their lakes for a few days. We had some other schedule plans changed, so we're down here. Thank you for accommodating anglers. Don't be mad at Jim. He had nothing to do with it. I told him we were coming, and we got permits, and so we're here. These anglers excited here, like I said, don't have much experience. Couldn't be here without our sponsors, of course, Bridgeford Outdoors, Bass Cat Boats, Mercury Marine, Super Clean, Lithium Pros, P-Line, Wood Brothers Flooring, Torch Eyewear, Woo Tungsten, Bob's Machine Shop, Dish Network, Excel Marketing. They're presenting this event, obviously, for us as well. New to have them on board. Duo Realis, Valley Outdoors, AccuCold, Roman Made, Signature Gate Systems, Ben Green Insurance, Power Pole, Garmin, Price Sims Auto Group, and Fisherman's Warehouse. Again, thanks to those sponsors, we're able to have the best payouts in the West, and we have the best anglers that fish with us as well. Mr. Michael Bray will be measuring fish here. We did have a 14-inch size limit here. Normally it was 12. But we make it a little bit tougher for these guys. We know how good anglers they are. So again, we got anglers. I'll try to keep you abreast of what's leading the event. Don't have cell phone service. We're usually live on our stream. This will be recorded, and we'll post it as soon as we can. Again, got Michael Braby measuring fish. Got a great staff at Wild West Bass. You ready, Michael? Let's weigh some fish, buddy. Let me hold on just a second. Let me get ready. All right. Who are we going to bring up to the scales first today? Jason Austin. Jason, sponsored by Dish Network. Jason had boat issues yesterday, couldn't get it fixed, so he had to stay close today. Had a tough day yesterday. Jason, you 2 fish today or 3 fish?
2 fish.
Had enough, man? You couldn't burn much gas today, could you?
No, but I lapped the lake as much as I could on my trolling motor. I ran my batteries dead. Oh, but you know what? I do want to say thank you to Lee and Weston Anglers Marine. I took my boat down there and they tore it apart and checked it out. And then Josh from Dark Castle, after Anglers Marine couldn't fix it, I took it to Josh at Dark Castle and he couldn't fix it either. So we'll be going home and fixing it.
Tried your best, man. Thanks to Grover and the group, man, and all those guys that support us here. Let's get a weight here for Mr. Austin. 2 fish, and they are live. Weight today is going to go 431, sir. 431. Let's give him a round of applause. Tough 2 days, sir. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. Next up, Mr. Nick Salvucci coming to the scales. Nick won our event at Trinity Lake. Let's get a picture there, Nick. Nick had 14-19 yesterday. He caught 8 keepers. Great angler here. No stranger, U.S. Open champion here. Loves to win events. Got me 5 today, Nick. Another 5 bass limit. Good angler. How many keepers today, Nick?
5.
Tough for you, man. That's tough. Let me get a weight here. Tell us about your day, Nick. Let me get the weight for you. About 1161, sir. 1161. Tell us how you caught these fish, Nick.
I threw a double buzz bait for 2 days straight, and I probably looped the lake about 20 times. I had about 16 bites yesterday, 18 bites today, and just they're just nipping. I'm hooking them on my trailer hook. Lost a couple big ones today, and it is what it is.
Tough bite. Nick Salvucci, everybody. Great job, Nick. Great champion here at Wild West Bass and great angler. Speaking of great anglers, to Ken Ma. Ken's been on a roll, fresh from Arlington Pool. Won that event on the Columbia River. Just the opposite of what we have here. 200-mile river. And we've got a 1,300-acre lake here at Full. We got how many? 5 in there today, Ken?
Nah, it's all right. Only 3.
Only 3 today. Tough day for him yesterday. Tough day today. We're going to get a weight, Ken, and then tell us about your 2 days, sir. 1179. 1179.
Yeah, I actually was generating bites. It's going to sound like excuses, and I don't like to make them. So, you know, the 3 I caught is the 3 I get credit for. So, I'm glad that Apex is coming down to SoCal. The lake is fishing a little bit small, you know, for the field. What's really neat is whoever makes the top 10, not me, is going to be able to fish Sam V fresh. And, you know, the best angler that figures it out as we go, that's what's great about Apex, is you got to figure it out as you go. There's no practice. There was no practice here. The top 10 is going to have no practice at Sam V. And, you know, it's just fun. So, you know, follow us, qualify, that whole bit. So I won't be fishing tomorrow.
But Monday.
But
we
Monday.
Got your top 10
yeah.
day, you'll finish up from Mojave where you had such a great event.
Yep. So Monday I'll get a run at hopefully getting another one of those trophies.
Ken Ma, everybody. Great job, Ken. Mr. Wayne Brazil coming up. Wayne had 980, a little tougher on bites. Had 9 keepers yesterday, so he's in the hunt. Unofficial, it took 8 keepers to get in the top 10 as of yesterday, Wayne. So you had 9. How many keepers today?
I got 6 keepers today, and I left a lot of keepers out there. I could not get them in the boat today. They were jumping, and they're just they're mean out here when they just come straight up. They're not really eating it good because of all the pressure, and I couldn't get them in the boat. That's just the way it is. You don't do good when that happens. I want to thank you guys for putting on another good tournament, and we'll see you at the next one.
Glad to have you back, Wayne. Let's get a weight here. We got 5. 1 deceased. Wayne going to go light on the weight, 806. Wayne, 806, sir. Go ahead, my friend. Thank you, Wayne. Appreciate it as always. Good to have you back. William Ponting coming up next to the scales. William had an experience down here. William had 1259. He was just a little out of the top 10 on weight. Grab a couple, William. Let's get a picture, my friend. Show everybody here. 5's 5, man. I know you got me 5 in there. William fishes everything that we operate at Wild West Bass. Great supporter of us. Lives down in Temecula. Another limit today for you, I bet. Tell me, I know you had good.
Wait, I want to tell you about the catfish.
How big was the catfish?
2508 or 9. I think it was 9. 2509. Took me 10 minutes to get this thing in on a 6-pound test.
How long did it take you to know it was a catfish? Did you know right off?
About 10 seconds.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
They let you know pretty quick on the deal, Wayne. Let's get a weight for you, sir. 5 and 1. If we have a dead fish, they lose 0.25. These are William going to go 801, sir. 801. Buddy, thank you for all your support. We appreciate it. Travis Williams coming up to the scales next. Travis had a tough day yesterday at 5:27. Tough week, yes sir. Let's get a picture with Travis. Tough event, big fish will help you. Oh yeah, that's a nice little post-spawn fish. Good to see. This lake is loaded with bass. They are pressured a lot, and the great anglers catching Travis. Let's get you a weight here, man, and you can tell us about your 2 days. I know not your best fishing show. Go ahead, sir.
We got 3 alive.
But you still got them. Gonna weigh 818. Tell us about your 2 days, Travis.
Yeah, this lake was tough for me. I saw a lot of fish. Everything is there's a lot of suspended fish out there. You can see them in 20 feet, and the lake has the fish because you could see them busting everywhere. They're just tough to get. I wasn't able to put it together this week, so looking forward to the next one. Next year will be good, and we'll try to get it again. So thanks, guys.
Thank you, Travis, buddy. Great job. Appreciate your support. Event number 4 here. Next up, Mr. Zach Thompson. Zach had a tough day on weight. Had 831 on day 1. Had to borrow a boat, man, this week just to finish the season. Grab a couple there, Zach. Let's get a picture. Zach had a rough event. We were at the Columbia River at the Dalles and had boat issues. Had to stay close, but he hung in there. I know he'll thank him too, Mr. Todd Woods. Todd loaned him a boat down here from Southern California. Let me get a weight, Zach. We got 3 all alive. Gonna go 701, Zach. Tell me about your 2 days, sir.
Yeah, you know, I just I never really figured it out. I generated some bites. I wanted to fish my strength, so I stuck with a reaction bait all day, and it just didn't really work out both days. Don't know what I would have done much different. I just didn't feel comfortable fishing deep this week, so it is what it is. I want to say thanks to all my sponsors. I want to say thanks to DCR Propeller. I want to say thanks to St. Croix Rods. Big thanks again to Todd, Big Daddy Woods. I am not Big Daddy, by the way. Just to clarify, but no, I had a great time. Fished hard, didn't fish really clean, but you know that's this format. You just got to get out there and figure it out. I spent half the day yesterday trying to scrummage up worm fish, never worked. Pick up a topwater, started getting some bites, and just kind of rolled with that for 2 days, hoping to get some big ones.
Zach will be back.
Yeah, thanks to everybody. Thanks Wild West, and thanks Southern California. Being here in San Diego is wonderful. So thank you guys.
Zach Thompson, everybody, here trying to make it the top 30. I believe he's got that locked in. Next up, Mr. Nick Wood, man. We got to grab a couple there, Nick. Let's get a picture, my friend, while we can. Nick had a good day yesterday with 1046. He had 8 keepers. He was right on the cut in the top 10. And I believe he had more than 8 keepers today. So I'll let him tell you about it. Again, they make it either way. I'm guessing the keeper count's probably going to take about 15 to make it. Let's get you a weight here, Nick. And got 5 all alive? Weight today, Nick. Good job, sir. 1265. How many keepers today?
I had 14 keepers
awesome
today.
Awesome job, buddy. Tell us about the...
Yeah, today was a lot better day. I had a little bit of a different game plan for today. I was going to go through a glide bait. I seen a lot of them come up on it yesterday, and I pulled up to a rock pile and I just started catching them, and I never left. I stayed there all day. I went there, spot locked down, never left. Me and David were sharing water, and I think he did really good today too. He's got a high number count also. So yeah, it was. So yesterday I didn't thank one of my sponsors, and I apologize. It's Ducket Rods. They're another great support for me. So I really appreciate it. And Cal Custom, Frenzy Bait, Ranger, Mercury, D&M Baits. So Heather Wood, my wife, made sport. So yeah, hopefully make the cut. So we'll see.
Tell us what bait you were using since we're done with this lake here, man. How you were catching your fish?
So yesterday and today, I exclusively was throwing a Frenzy Nail with a Green Pumpkin Fatty Z worm, and I was fishing in about 25 feet of water, and it was just a big flat that went to a rock reef that went out to a point, and I lost a lot of baits there because it's real snaggy, but they were reacting to it. So I was sharing it early in the morning with Joe, and he was catching them too. There was just a lot of fish right there. So that was my main thing. If you want to catch a lot of fish, you can throw a Fatty Z on a Frenzy Nail, 1/4 ounce, and you'll catch a ton of fish. So that was my game plan.
Good job, Nick. Well, it looks like you're probably going to be fishing on Sunday, sir. Hope it holds up for you.
All right, Austin Wilson.
Next up, Mr. Austin Wilson. Great angler here, working Fisherman's Warehouse. Austin had a little over 11 pounds yesterday, so we needed to catch him. Here's our reigning Angler of the Year in the Apex Cup. I bet he's got another 5 bass limit. I know he stayed close this week. Got 5 today, Austin?
Yes, sir.
Let's see here. All alive, hopefully?
All
Good
alive.
shape, good job there.
5 alive.
Let's get you a weight here and just tell us about your 2 days, how you caught all your fish, and nice job today, Austin. How about 12.55? 12.55. Go ahead, sir.
So I caught most of my fish today on a watermelon fluke. Just going down the bank, fishing the grass line. There's a lot of fish shallow. A lot of these fish are post spawn. So I really didn't have a topwater bite. I couldn't figure it out, but you know, I threw that fluke around and I had a couple come up and eat it. I also caught some fish on a 2.8 Kitech underspin. And that was it. I only caught 6 keepers today, and yesterday I only caught 5. So it was a slow day for me. I mean, I'm glad I had 5 both days, and yeah, I'm super stoked and ready for the next one.
Not bad. You had battery issues last night late. Did you get that fixed?
Yeah, I had battery issues last night. I had to run to Walmart. Didn't go to bed until like almost 11:30, 11:45 last night, and then got up at 4 o'clock this morning. So yeah, I got that figured out, and yeah, so I want to thank all my sponsors. You know, Folsom Lake Asphalt, huge shout out to those guys. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be fishing this year. You know, they helped me out quite a bit. And you know, P-Line and Beckman Nets and there's First Gen Fishing and Tucket Rods, D&M Custom Baits, Wicked Weights, Monster Fishing Tackle, RB Bat. I mean, there's a bunch of sponsors, and I appreciate all of them. You know, so thank you guys, and yeah, ready for the next one.
Austin, great job. Reigning Angler of the Year here on the Apex Cup in our first year. Going to year number 2. Next up, Mr. Tony Francesca here coming to the scales. Tony was on the bubble with everything yesterday. He was in on keeper count in the top 10. And weight-wise, he was just a little below the cut line yesterday. With weight, I believe he had a 5 bass limit today. Had 10.99 yesterday. Had 11 keepers. So I believe he... Grab that microphone, Tony. Let me get weight on your fish here. All alive?
5 alive.
5 alive. That Bass Cat live well, keeping them good. Let me get a weight, and nice job today, Tony. Consistent 11.61. Tell us about your 2 days, man. How many keepers?
Yeah, I caught 11 keepers yesterday. I caught 11 keepers today. Had an opportunity to catch a few more. I broke one off. I lost 2 others. Caught a lot of short fish today. Yesterday, I think I caught 1 short fish, non-scoreable. Today, I probably caught, I don't even know how many I caught, but I caught a lot of short fish today. It was a grind. I mean, I fished 14 to 23 feet of water the entire tournament. I pretty much saw every fish that I caught on Garmin Pen Optics. If it wasn't for that, there's no way I would have caught 11 keepers a day. And I didn't waste any casts. I mean, I didn't even bother fishing until I saw a group of fish that I thought was catchable, and then I started fishing. So it was, like I said, it was a grind, a lot of looking. It was hunting. It was basically just as much hunting as it was fishing. So that was good. And then, yeah, I want to thank some sponsors. I want to thank P-Line, my title sponsor. Been with them a long time. They've got great lines. If you guys are, if you guys need line for your reels, check them out. P-Line's got everything from monofilament or copolymer all the way to braid. Want to thank Bass Cap Boats, Mercury Marine. Love fishing out of that boat. I'm real comfortable in it. It runs great. I want to thank Dobbins Rods, First Gen Fishing, Sims, obviously Garmin, all my sponsors. I couldn't do it without them. One thing that was unique about this tournament too is I shared the water with Thomas Conomoto both days, and at times we were fishing within a high five of one another. And what we would do is we would circle around that bay looking for fish in our Pen Optics, and when one of us would find a school and catch a fish, we'd call the other one over. And so we worked really well together, and I think Thomas did really well today. So I think you're going to see some good fish from Thomas today as well.
Let's talk one thing here. It's not fishing related, but just a reminder. I was in New Jersey. I see you got a shout out to your dad right here, man. It's Father's Day's coming up here pretty soon. Don't forget that. Take care of your dad, whether they're here or not. I know you lost yours, so I know remember what fishing. I'm sure he had a lot to do with get you fishing, get you being outdoors.
Yeah, he was everything as far as my outdoors experience. It's been a few years since I lost him, and I still can't talk about it, but it is important. Take care of your dad. Take him out fishing, experience things, take pictures, take video. Look back on those memories, because at some point you're not going to be able to make any more. So,
Tony Francesca, everybody. Let's give him a round of applause, Tony. Great job, man. Great family man.
Let's bring up Kevin Johnson.
Kevin Johnson coming up to the scales next. Kevin had a tough day. We talked a little bit earlier in the day. Grab a couple there, Kevin. Let's get a picture, my friend, while we got time. Kevin had 1396 coming into today. Had a little tougher today. Kevin got a little experience out here in SoCal waters here, man. Let me get you a weight. It got tougher on him. 2 fish today, Kevin. Weight today's 447. Tell us what happened, my friend. 447.
I don't know what happened. They're still out there. No, I've fished clean the entire year, and I can't remember at any event this year where I actually lost really any fish. And today it was one after another. Hook up on a drop shot, come off, break off. I haven't broke a fish off all year. I religiously changed my line, and I just kept breaking fish off. I don't know if it was the quaggas or what, but today's just a tough day. Had a great day yesterday, and I've seen a lot of fish getting caught. Just wasn't by me today.
Happens sometime, man. Chicken a day and feathers, but how many times you fished this lake in your life?
This lake, never. I grew up in LA County, up in fishing Castaic and Pyramid. My home lakes, growing up for most of my adult life other than the last 10 years. But yeah, the top 10 from Mojave are going to have a lot of fun. What is it? In two days. So I'm jealous. I wish I was going there.
Kevin, appreciate all your support, my friend. Kevin Johnson, everybody. Great support of us. Many levels at Wild West Bass. Randy Maccabee coming up to the scales. Let's get a picture with Randy. Randy was on the bubble yesterday with 1173. Didn't catch a lot of keepers. Randy fishes a little different sometimes, man, but usually pays off for him. Big bite. I bet he's got 5 today. First year on the tour with us. Glad to have Randy involved. His whole family fishes with us. Another 5 alive.
5 alive.
Let me get a weight, Randy. You can tell us about your 2 days. How many keepers today? Number 1, good job. How about 1257? Very consistent. 1257.
I had 8 yesterday. I had 8 today. There's something wrong with these fish out here. They could be in a big giant group of them. You'll find them. And typically, when you're throwing a crankbait and you find a big giant group, you can sit there and whack them until they get tired of eating. Here, you find a big giant group. It's clockwork. First cast, you're going to catch one on a deep crank, and then they just all swim away. I don't know where they go. Then you got to go hunt another big group. I couldn't catch singles all week. Singles or doubles. I had to find, it almost looked like a school of crappie on my live scope, but they were bass, and you catch one at a time, and then it would take you 2 hours to fish around and find that a different school grouped up like that. But I mean, it was a grind for 2 days, but it's always fun being out here fishing. I love fishing in the summertime. The crankbite's always better for me, deeper in the summer. I got to thank Stealth Sticks. We finally got rods, so you guys check them out. They're going to be coming out to Tackle Warehouse next week. P-Line, Next Gen Lithium, Ranger Boats, Anglers Marine. Thank you guys for Wild West. We wouldn't have something like this if it wasn't for all those sponsors. So thank you guys.
Randy Maccabee, everybody. Thank you, Randy. Great job this week. Consistent. Again, the anglers that fish this qualified through our Pro-Am series. Top 10 qualified to fish next year. Next up, Mr. Scott Hallison coming to the scales. Scott's got some experience down here on some of the lakes here. Great angler here. Supported by our folks at Anglers Marine. We got 5 today.
Got 5 alive.
Had 1144 on day 1. Had 11 keepers, so he was in on the keeper count. We'll see what we're going to add to it. Scott, good job today, sir. How about 1465? Very nice. 1465. Tell us about your 2 days.
It was today was a tough one. I started off on a spot in the morning that I caught them all on yesterday, and there was a local sitting right on it, and he was nice enough to let me come in, and we kind of shared it. I caught a few, he caught a few, and then it just died. And it was probably 10:30, and I had 2 fish, and my buddy Austin Bonjour pulled up to me in his boat, and he said, "They're biting in the back. You might want to go." And I went, and I caught about another 7 or 8 fish back there, and kind of salvaged the day. So don't know if it'll be enough to go tomorrow, but if it is, can't wait. Sandview will be a fun lake. If it's not, decent showing, and I'll be at Pyramid on Monday.
We've got another day to fish, man. Looks good, though,
Just
right now.
real quick, my parents came out here to watch me weigh in. There
Thank
they are
y'all,
over there.
folks. We appreciate the support. That's
yeah,
awesome.
They've been supporting me for years, feeding me, housing me, changing my diapers. So appreciate them coming out, and yeah, that's it for me.
Scott Hallison, great job. Looks good for Sunday right now. That's the new leader, by the way, right now, Scott, at 26:09, just so you know. Next up, Mr. Austin Bonjour. Coming up next. Austin had 1074 on the weight side, was his best over his keepers. He's got, looks like a good bag of fish. We don't have a tote of the tournament we do on Apex. We do have the top 2 stringers from Signature Fencing. Kevin Finley pays that out of his pocket, $500 each. Kevin fishes with us. What do you think, Austin, man? Go ahead, grab that microphone. I'll call the weight here in just a second, man. Looks like you had a great day. How many keepers today?
10 keepers.
Awesome, man. That looks going to look good. How many keepers yesterday?
7.
Want to make sure you're on the bubble with that. So if the average goes, it looks good. Let's get a weight.
All right, we've got 5 alive.
We got 5. We could have the weight leader today alone, and we do. We got new big bag of the tournament, 1830, Austin, 1830. Tell us about your 2 days since we're done with this lake.
This lake was a grind for me. I have a little lake back home, Santa Margarita, that fishes very similar, and that's kind of how I approached it. I just fished the shallow grass in 1 to 3 foot of water, and I found one stretch that had a bunch of fish in it. And yeah, yesterday I was sharing it with a couple boats and a couple locals as well, and really hard wind. I don't know, maybe I bailed on it. I was still trying to practice and look for other things. And then today I just committed in there and caught them on a variety of baits, from 6-pound line to 20-pound line. Yeah, it was great, and I just want to thank you guys and everybody here at the lake, El Cap, for having us, my wife at home, and everybody that supports me and Wild West Bass Trail. And I'm excited to go to Pyramid on Monday as well.
Got a new leader, I believe, it's a little over 28, by the way. And no days off, man. You got 2 more days. Like I said, got good things happening.
Yeah, I hope I can squeak in for tomorrow. So it sounds like guys caught them. There's some really big fish coming. So yeah, I just had a blast. This place is awesome. So
let's give him a round of applause. New leader here, Austin Bonjour on the weight side. 2904 is the weight. 2904. Again, it means nothing as long as you finish in the top 10 and it looks good on paper. Next thing we're up, Mr. Christian Ostrander. Christian's been on the roll. This gentleman here, when we were at the Columbia River out of the Dalles, he caught over 100 keepers in one day that were scored. So he's been on the roll, had 13 keepers yesterday, 1658, was in 3rd place coming in. And I bet he's got 5 today.
We've got 5 alive.
5 alive, man. Let's get a picture of Christian. Let him hold up a couple there. I'm sorry. Man's been fishing good, deserves some more pictures. There you go, Christian. How many keepers today, Christian? Let me get you a weight first. Good job today, man. We'll see how it holds up. 1147. Tell us about your 2 days.
Yeah, you know what? Today started really, really slow. I had 2 fish at probably about 1 o'clock. After catching 13 yesterday, I wanted to make it by keepers. And yeah, I started off really, really slow. Ended up punching a 3-pounder, and then I just picked up a jerk bait. That's my confidence bait to just catch fish, and I think I caught 5 fish on a rip bait. So I don't know if it's going to be enough. I might squeeze in on keeper count, might squeeze in on the weight side. I don't know. But other than that, great event, pretty fun year fishing Apex, traveling around fishing different places. So we'll see what's going on.
Good job, Christian Ostrander. Great job. We'll see where it goes. Guys, again, we know you don't have cell phone coverage if your fish have not loaded. We usually have a mandatory meeting. Not possible today. I'm going to call you here as soon as we have the results. You want to start getting ready if you think you're close. Do that. We'll do our best to score, but it takes a little while when you don't have a signal to upload these fish. Mr. Mark Lassane coming here. Mark, publisher of Bass Angler Magazine, runs a beautiful Bass Cat, driving a brand new green wrap Toyota from Price Sims. And you got me 5 today, Mark.
No, I only got 3. So,
were you reading your magazine the last 2 days, man? All you got to do is read Bass Angler Magazine.
I think I've been too busy and just not reading it enough.
I know. Got 3. Let me get a weight for you, Mark. 3 alive, and the weight 512, sir. 512. Tell us what not to do for the next 2 days.
You know, the good news is that Price Sims Toyota got me here. It's going to get me back. My Bass Cat Mercury got me around the lake. Garmin worked perfect. Akuma rods worked perfect. Just, you know, I just never got any traction, never got anything. Lost a topwater fish before you guys were done blasting off. About a 3-pounder. You know, they've been hitting it really good, so I figured I'd just swing it in, and it came off at the boat, and then I would have had 4. So still wouldn't have been a good day, but, you know, this place was a grind for me. You know, hats off to Austin for finding those fish, and, you know, hats off to Wild West, Apex Tour. It's a lot of fun. You know, I had a tough year, but look forward to next year.
Great job, Mark Lassane, everybody, man. Big supporter of Wild West Bass. Again, Bass Angler Magazine. Check it out. It's available. It is a quarterly magazine.
We've got
Matt Nadeau coming up. Team Nadeau out in the crowd. Matthew had 14.97. He's in 4th place coming in today. And he's got 2. Look at these big fish there. That's a little. We get 654. Well, again, like I said, we don't have a big fish there, but we'll. There you go. Slide over a little bit left, Matthew, just a little bit. Again, trying to make that top 10. Had a good start on day 1, 4th place, 14.97. We got 5 all alive over there.
Yes, sir.
Let's get you a weight here.
We've got 5 alive.
Good job on that, Matthew. How many keepers today did you catch?
7 keepers total.
Man, you fishing for bigger fish. Look at the weight here. How about 1592?
Yeah, baby.
1592. Yeah. Before we talk fishing, man, new leader? 3089. New leader right now.
Take
new
that.
leader.
Let's go tomorrow, baby.
Forget fishing, man. It's important. We talked to Tony about Father's Day.
Yeah.
Tell us, somebody's got a birthday this week. Am I right, man? Coming up?
Yeah, Finesse. Actually, Finesse just had her birthday, so, and then we got Velocity coming up in July. So, yeah, we got a couple birthday kiddos. Let's talk about fishing.
There we go.
This, yeah.
The real, you take the lead. Let's talk fishing. Heck with birthdays.
You know, yeah. That's so cool. Heck yeah.
Tell us how you caught them, man. You're not here tomorrow, so help these folks out.
You know what? So I ran up the river yesterday morning. Super stained, dirty water. Threw a buzzbait yesterday morning. Had a good bite. Came up, shook my bait. The fish are swishing, swirling, chasing bait everywhere. And so today I just downsized. I threw a little Rico popper, and I'm catching these fish. I'm literally seeing the fins of the fish out of the water. That's how tight to the bank they are. So if you guys come out here, fish up in the dirty water first thing in the morning, throw top water, and I'm talking like 3 to 6 inches of water. It's crazy how shallow these fish are. On the other hand, my biggest fish came in over 100 feet of water, believe it or not. I caught it suspended down here by the dam, the buoy line. I seen this fish yesterday. She was sitting underneath this little platform at over 100 feet of water. Threw a weightless Senko in there. It dropped about 15 feet, hooked her, fought her, and she came off. And man, I was heartbroken. Went back today. There she was sitting under that in the shade. Threw my weightless Senko in there. Bam, she bit it. Fight was on. Got me wrapped in the cable. It was crazy, but there she is. I got her. I weighed her in. So, like I said, 6 inches or less, 100 feet plus. So, this place is crazy. I could see it when it's really on fire, like 25, 30-pound bags. So right now the fish are a little skinny, but man, you can see the size of heads on these things, and I'm sure there's plenty of 10-pounders in here. So Love you, Chelsea. Everybody back home, thank you. Thanks for the support. Sponsors, come on, baby. Let's support these guys. Let's support the Wild West, Apex. Y'all come qualify through the Pro-Am Series. Unbelievable circuit, TV coverage, media. This is the platform to fish in the West Coast, guys, and it's only going to grow from here. So, just thank everybody putting the Apex and the Wild West Trail on. Just really, really appreciate it. So, let's go. I'm hoping I can make it tomorrow.
New leader, Matthew Nadeau, everybody. Great job, Matthew. Good job, buddy. Again, guys, be sure and just go ahead and leave. Get your tackle ready. If you think you're close to the top 10, we will call you as soon as we have an updated list. No signal. We still got fish that hadn't been recorded, so we got a little work to do. Just the way it is here. I know some of you. Look at this big fish coming here. Now we got it. Joe Uribe Jr. coming up the scales. Joe had a good day yesterday with 13.28. He was in 8th place, had 14 keepers, so he's pretty much locked in on that. Joe, we got how many keepers today, sir?
I caught 10 keepers today by 8 o'clock and just kind of went around, fished, rigged up for San V, so hopefully I'm going.
I heard that, man. Let's get a weight here, and you tell us about your first 2 days.
All right, we've got 5 alive.
Got 5. Good and alive. No penalties there. Nice job, Joe. Going to go 15.08, sir. 15.08. Tell us how you caught these, Joe.
Well, it's been like 15 years since I've been out here at El Cap, and I've never seen the lake this low, but I was kind of, just kind of went around. I was actually boat number 2 yesterday, and I just told myself I'm just going to drive the lake, and as I went down, I saw this point, and I saw some busting fish. So I pulled up there, and I stayed there all morning yesterday and caught busting fish. I used a Lucky Craft Sammy 65, which they don't even make anymore. Luckily, I had one in the boat with me, and I pulled it out, all reliable, on a 6-pound test, Daiwa Tatula, a hair jig rod, Seth Fighter hair jig rod, and just making long bombing casts on these busting fish. They're super tough to catch. I can only catch them on low light. Once the sun came out, I put that spinning rod away. I pulled out my Performance Tackle frog rod with a straight 60-pound sunline and a double buzz, and that's all I threw the entire day. So I used 2 rods, 2 baits, a double buzz during the day, and Sammy 65 on the busting fish, and that was it. Just covered. I think Nick Salvucci and I probably covered this lake at least 5 times a day. So we just war bank. I mean, that was it. So, but that was it. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully we get to go fish San V and totally different lake. So it's kind of makes it interesting. That's what's really neat about the Apex series. There's always a lot of twists and turns. So again, it's been 15 years since I've been to San V, and I heard they raised the dam. The lake looks different, but we're gonna go fishing. So. I'd like to thank, obviously, all my sponsors. I'd like to thank my family, all my kids back home, Amy, Blake. Thank you guys so much for all your prayers and support, and we rallied another good day. Thank you.
Good job, Joe. Joe Uribe Jr. Looking good for Sunday. Stan Lefevre coming up next. New angler with us this year. Glad to have Stan on board. Got the fan club here. Stan had 707 on day 1. Let's get a picture, Stan. Only had 3 fish, I believe, yesterday, but I bet he's got 5 today. Made a comeback right in the middle there, Stan. There we go. I got to get me a hat like that, Stan. You can pull that one off. Becky's got him. Looking good, keeping that sun off that head. How many keepers today, Stan?
6 keepers today.
What'd you do different, man? Did you just fish the same places or
For
no?
me, I just slowed down. I mean, that's what I had to do. So I didn't run around. I see a lot of guys running around catching them, but I slowed down. Go ahead.
Let me get a weight here so I can get them over here back to the release boat. Stan, good job today. Going to go 11.09. 11.09. Go ahead, sir.
So I just slowed down, and I caught 6 keepers today. I lost 2 good ones this morning. It was fun. I got to thank my sponsors, Jackson Rancheria. I wouldn't be here without them. Sanborn and Chevrolet, Hooked. They supported. They're up here right now. They support our team super, super good. Edge Lead, Gamma, Frenzy Baits. I'm blessed.
Good to have you on board this year, my friend.
Thank you.
Didn't finish like you wanted, but great job.
I got to say, my nephews come out. They live here. And they brought their kids, so super cool. I'm proud to have them here.
That's what it's all about. Stan Lefevre, everybody. Stan, thank you, buddy. Coming up, Mr. Carrie Harris. Carrie had 10.90. He was just a couple pounds out of top 10. First time he'd been down here before. Carrie, you got me 5 today?
Yeah, I got 5 today, finally.
Good job, sir, man. What'd you do different today?
I ran around the lake like I did yesterday, and that pattern wasn't working for me. So about 10 o'clock, I ran all the way down south into the shallow water, started throwing a square bill, and started catching them.
Let's see what kind of weight we got here. You want to hold one up? Carrie, hold that one up. Yes, sir. Let's get a picture. Always good to have some media stuff. Carrie had a 6+ yesterday. I believe 654. Not going to have that big one today, but we got 5. Let me get you a weight, Carrie, and 991, sir. 991 today, man. Grab that mic. Anybody you'd like to thank, my friend?
Yeah, I'd like to thank B&B Educational Consulting, the Bass Hole and on Bethel Island. I'd like to thank Affordable Plumbing. Wouldn't be here without all those sponsors and those people who helped me out. You know, I'm really blessed to be here and to fish to Apex, some of the best anglers in California, and I'm one of those guys. I also like to give back to the high school kids. I coach a couple high school kids, Tyler Bryant and Joey Gentle. Those 2 young men on the high school level are really fishing well this year. They got 3 first-place finishes and a second-place finish. They're gonna go fish. Back south. And yeah, it's just a blessing to be here and a blessing to be able to teach the young kids how to fish and give
That's
back.
what it's all about, what we do, man. We need to get folks interested in our sport. It's a great sport. We've been in it a long time, so it's been great for us, and that's great you do that, Carrie.
All right. Thank you so much.
Carrie Harris, thank you, my friend. Appreciate it as always. Thomas Conomoto up next. Thomas had a great day yesterday with 14 keepers and 12-16. Let's get a picture of Thomas. Thomas is also with P-Line, so he is in the industry, works the shows a lot, doesn't have time to fish a lot, but again, helps him with new line developments and also in the lure business now and net business, and they do it all. So we got 5. I heard you had a great day with keepers. How many keepers today?
I got 19 keepers today.
19 keepers. That means you're fishing Sunday, I believe. Let's weigh these real quick. We got 5 here. Thomas, great job on the weight. 1176. Tell us how you did it, Thomas.
Yeah, so it's been fun these last 2 days. Been sharing water with Tony Francesca. We're just right down there, right in that cove, right over there. Didn't move in 2 days. The only time I moved actually was to charge my cranking battery. I get up every 2.5 hours and run around the lake. You see me doing donuts around the lake about 4 times. That's me just charging up my battery, and I go right back and keep fishing. But those fish, they're there. They're chasing bait. They're on the shad spawn deal out deep. And there's huge pods of fish. I mean, like, you'd see 100 fish on the active target on the forward-facing unit. They'd all be grouped up following some bait, and you cast in there, and when they group up like that, you'd get one every time. But yeah, I caught them on a drop shot with a little 3-inch Kitech. Caught them at the end of the day. I caught them on a split shot. Went old school. That's what I used to do growing up, and that's what honed me in on my finesse techniques. Was my youth. But I want to quickly say happy birthday to my 3-year-old. He's turned 3 today. That's Owen. Back at home. I love you, buddy. Sorry I couldn't be at your birthday, but Daddy's gonna bring home a paycheck. Be fishing tomorrow, so I love you, bud. And got to thank the sponsors, P-Line. I never have line issues, thanks to P-Line. Beckman Nets, First Gen Fishing, and Price Sims. If you guys are looking for a car or truck, head over to my YouTube page, which is the Bass Hookup, and send me a comment or DM me on Instagram, and I'll make sure you're hooked up with a great deal on a car or truck. But I'm ready to go tomorroll. I don't know what I'm going to do.
You got 2 more days, I'm betting. You got tomorrow and you got Monday.
I got
so
2 days.
No days off for you.
That's right. I'm ready to roll.
Great job, Thomas Conomoto, everybody. Let's give him a round of applause. Nice job, keeper count. That's the largest keeper count we've had in the tournament for one day. Got Mr. Greg Troughton, our leader on weight yesterday. Grab a couple. No,
they're small today.
Small today, Greg. Well, let's see.
I do have a limit.
You got 5. How many keepers today, Greg?
I think 6, and I lost a pretty good one that jumped 4 times and then broke my heart.
Hope that one doesn't hurt you on weight. Had a little over 17 yesterday, 1739 to be exact. We got 5 to add to that. You got 5. Let me call the weight and tell us about your 2 days. Oh, a little smaller. That little big one hurt you. 861, Greg. 861. Go ahead, sir. Tell us about your day.
Yeah, it was it was a struggle today. Before I get into that, I want to thank my wife Kim, my son Ryan, and my daughter-in-law Amanda. And looks like we have Hazy and Bella as well. So my family came out to support, which is awesome. I think that's why I was leading yesterday.
Long way from home, man. That's awesome. They should come up.
Trip. So, you know, for me, this is a great tournament. This is the second time I've won the day. So I won the day yesterday, and I also won one of the days up on the Columbia. All that in the last 3 weeks. So this is my first year on Apex. These guys are hammers. They are so freaking good. It is ridiculous. You cannot afford to lose fish. You got to do your homework. Your equipment's got to run, and you got to get it done. So, you know, when you come in with 8 or 9 pounds, you fall back, and, you know, maybe I get a check, maybe not, who knows. But great tournament. I want to thank Wild West for putting it on. You guys do such a fantastic job. I'm jealous for the guys that are going to San Vicente because I did a whole lot of homework studying on another lake that I've never fished. But it is what it is. And yesterday was a blast. So I ran up the lake. I bypassed 5 or 6 different places I wanted to fish because they're all taken because it's a small lake. I pulled up pretty close to where Joe started, right where the river comes in. There's a big cove, so I figured the post spawners would come down and be on the bank, and they were right on the bank. They were dirt shallow. I started catching them on an Iobi frog right off the bat, and then when boats went by and it got wavy and windy, I'd throw a Megabass dark sleeper weedless swim bait right on the grass, and so I caught 4 or 5 doing that. And then once the sun came up, I crossed to get back into the shade, and that was the best move of the day because my next 2 casts were a 6.5 and like a 4.5. So like I said yesterday, I was done by 6:45, and really, you know, I looked at the whole lake. I went deep. I did everything, and I actually found a pretty good spot for today. I just didn't catch them that good today. So again, fantastic tournament, and we look forward to next year.
Great job. Let's give him another round of applause. Greg Trout and Big Bag yesterday. Let's see how it holds up and finishes for the tournament. Great gentleman, supporter of Wild West Bass. Ryan White. Ryan got the Hard Luck Award, man. Had bad luck. Let's get a couple. We didn't get a chance to do that yesterday, but Ryan had a tough day, rebounded and hung in there. Got me 5 today, Ryan? Yes, sir. Good job, man. We'll find out what you did different.
I got 4.
Got 4. Excuse me, 4.
Can't count.
Let's get a weight here, Ryan. You can tell us about your 2 days, man. We got been tough on you. You hung in there and didn't go home like some folks may do. Yep. Sportsmanship 708, sir. 708. Grab that microphone and tell us about your 2 days.
Yesterday was terrible for me. I lost every fish that I hooked, including a great big one over 6 pounds. Today, I landed everything I hooked. I only got 4 keepers and 5 shorts, but never lost a fish. So it's weird how that happens, but interesting lake, super cool, very crowded, but you know, it's the same for everybody. It's a challenge, and hats off to the guys that caught him. And it's hot, and there's some fish in the tanks over there, so I'm going to keep it short. Appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Ryan White, everybody. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you. Johnny Pearl coming up next. John was in top 10, 9th place with 13.22. Grab a couple, John. Let's get a picture, man. Come on now. Just because you ain't got 7-pounders in there now. I know you used to. Let's get it right in the middle. John, a great angler with us. He'll win several of these Apex Cup events before it's over. I know he's got 5 in there today. To go with what you had yesterday, was in 9th place. We got 5 today.
Got 5 alive.
Got 5 alive. Good job. John Pearl going to go 10-6-7 today. 10-6-7. Tell me about your 2 days.
Oh, man, this place is pretty crazy. I've never seen this kind of biomass of fish in a lake that won't bite. I lost a lot of fish. They're just hard to hook after the spawn. They lose all their weight. They lose all their tissue in their face. They start to get skinny, and they're real bony, so they're hard to hook, but it was fun. Light line, you know, schooly fishing. It was fun. But I'd like to thank Wild West and Apex and all my sponsors and everybody out here. Yeah, I'm beat.
You look tired, Johnny Pearl. Give him a round of applause for our always great angler here. Got a victory coming up soon. Next up, Mr. Colby Pearson. Colby had 10 keepers. He was in the cut yesterday. Had also 11-12, so he was close. Colby fishing well this year. Got 2 fish here. I bet he's got a limit. got me 5 today, Colby?
Yeah, I got 5 fish today. I had trolling motor issues. The second I put my boat in the water, my trolling motor wouldn't turn either way, just spot lock only. So yesterday at about 11, I kind of found a bush and a little bit of a point. In 2 days, I caught 19 scoreable fish off of it. They were either in it, leaving it, or going to it. I didn't move more than 100 feet the whole event. It was nuts.
Let me get your weight here. Colby going to go. Good job on weight today, man. That's going to be close. How about 13.34? You happy with that?
Yeah, I mean, given the circumstances, I'm happy just catching keepers or weight or whatever. Those are the ones that bit, so I'm just grateful to have them. I did have 3 fish short bite. Sounds like guys caught them today, so numbers probably, it's not really going to affect me too much. Hopefully scrape up a check, and just want to say thanks to Sportsman's Warehouse, Wood Brothers Carpet and Flooring, and Legacy CPA. Hi to my girlfriend back home. Love you. Mom, sister, everybody watching, Dad. Thanks for supporting.
Great job, Colby. If you grab your fish there, buddy, thank you, sir. Good job this week. Marty Lawrence up next. Marty with 11.38 yesterday. I bet he's got 5 today. Marty is from Arizona. One of our Arizona anglers make the long drive fishing north. We appreciate that as well. Marty's got 5 good ones, I bet. How many keepers today, Marty, did you catch?
I caught 6 of them today. So.
Lose any big fish?
No, didn't lose a fish. Fish good, and caught every bite I had.
We'll see what weight we got here, Marty. Good deal, buddy. Nice job, Marty. Look here at the weight. Going to go 14.09. 14.09. Grab that microphone and just tell us how you caught these fish the last 2 days.
Well, I threw a Kitech jig for 2 days. Just stayed with it and just move it as slow as you can, and that's how they were just barely grabbing it, and sometimes they would let you know it. That was about it. I'd like to thank all my sponsors and family, my fiance at home, and I'll see you later.
Marty Lawrence. Thank you, Marty. Appreciate you, buddy. Good job today. We got them for you. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Nick Cloutier coming up. Nick's been on a roll, runner-up at Trinity. Had 12:45 come in today. So he was in the hunt, brought the family with him, all dressed. Now, grab a couple there, Nick. You want to hold a couple up for pictures with your family? I know they support you 100%. Good to have them down here with you. I know they don't get to travel with you a lot. I bet Nick's got 5 as well. Got the Army today, man. How many keepers today, Nick?
I got 14 today and 7 yesterday, so it's a good day today.
Awesome job. 14 keepers, man. That's awesome. Let's get a weight here. We got 5 all alive. Get that microphone, man. Tell us how you did it. How about 13 pounds even today, Nick? 13 even. Great job today, sir.
Yeah, today I struggled a little bit this morning. I broke off a couple fish. I hope that doesn't end up haunting me in the end, but you know, I had a good day. I kind of like what Colby was talking about. I found a bush when I was coming out of a cove, and honestly, I didn't even think those were bass that I was looking at, but I ended up flipping a drop shot in there. Caught a bass right out of the gate, and then I clued in that all those fish I was looking at were bass, so I literally stayed there all day. The key is trying to switch it up. You got to throw a crankbait, catch one, throw a jig, catch one, throw a Nico rig, catch one. But that's how I did it today. If I was going back out there tomorrow, I'd probably go do the same thing, just looking for brush piles. But I want to thank my wife. You know, the whole family came down here with me on this one, and you know, I got the top 10 at Mojave Makeup on Monday, so I've been real busy. So thank you to her for watching the kids. Gone Fishing Marine, Mercury, Ranger, Cloutier Custom Baits. That's my own bait. It's a company that I came up with for baits for, you know, the West Coast. Chatterbaits, jigs, punch skirts. My brother over at the Bass Hole. It's a tackle shop on Bethel Island. Check them out. Probably one of the best tackle shops we got around right now. Big shout out to Kevin at Next Gen. He had a little issue on day 1, and we swapped out a battery in record time. So it's been a great couple days, and if I fish tomorrow, awesome. If I don't, I'll be out there Monday.
Nick Cloutier, everybody. Great job, Nick. Keep fishing strong. By the way, top 10 for Pyramid guys. Be sure I'll call you as soon as we establish the top 10 today. Give you all the details. We got a discounted rate in the hotel for you if you don't have a place to stay. Next up, Mr. David Swinside. David, Apex Tour angler here. Had 8 keepers yesterday with 1087, so he was in the hunt. David is also rep for Roman Made, Duo Realis as well. Big supporter of us at Wild West Bass. We got 5. Let's get a weight here, and David will tell you how he caught his fish today. Maybe he can tell you something about spy baiting. Don't know if that works here this time of year. How about 1480, David? Great job. 1480, man. That's consistent. Tell us about your 2 days.
You saw that one bass. It has an 8-pound head on it, and it looks like it weighs only 4 pounds.
We had a
3
couple
pounds.
of those.
Yeah, I nicknamed that one Slim Fast for a number of reasons. But yeah, today was fun. I kind of just built on what I did yesterday. I went and fished pockets and little soft points with boulders on them. I was looking for fish that were feeding, obviously, on the small bait, and it's a lot of tiny bait. So I picked up a spin bait, a drop shot, a tiny little Kitech, and I just went to town and tried to catch fish. I got on a little rock crown and in the morning, and then I got on it later on in the afternoon and hooked one fish on a spy bait. It was probably like 2.5 pounds or so, and I thought it was smaller than that. I was rushing it in, and a 5-pound fish ate the head of that fish and the spy bait, took me down, broke off, and then I saw 2 or 3 more, and I said, well, I think I'm going to start there tomorrow. So that was my starting place this morning. I shared it with a couple Apex guys as well. We stayed there. I think I have 14 keepers, so I'm pretty excited. That weight, I wish it was a little bit bigger, but that's what we do. You know, we go fishing. I want to thank my sponsors, Roman Made, Realis, Dual International, Lithium Pros, Woo Tungsten, Armor Alarms. It's a boat alarm system. I recommend guys look into it, especially these days. It's a really nice alarm system. You put it on your phone and it goes to work. I want to thank Wild West and Apex Pro Tour, and this organization has worked diligently and very hard to make this Pro Tour happen. We've got some phenomenal anglers and pros down there. I mean, FLW champions, top 10s, US Open champions. It just goes on and on and on. So I think you guys just keep tuning into Apex. You're going to see some more stuff coming down the pike for sure. I'm going to get off this horn because there's some studs going to weigh in here, and let them go to town. Thanks, Randy.
David Swinside, what a great job, sir. Mr. Garrett Bradshaw coming up to the scales. Good angler here. Got a big one in there. Hold that one up, Garrett. Let's get a picture. Got a good fish. Had 909 yesterday. A little tough day. Oh, yeah. That is the skinniest. That fish should weigh 9 pounds normally. But let's get a weight, put it in that bag. Let's see what the total of the tournament is. How about a 755? That's a 9-pound fish all day long, man. Normally, man, a post-spawn fish. Great job, man. Let's see where that one holds up. You got me 5 today? That tough?
Oh, I got 4. It was a very frustrating day, to say the least.
Did you catch that big fish early?
No, I caught her at 11:08.
Sometimes you catch them early, it makes you fish a little fast. Things go down, but you hung in there. Let's get a total weight here, Garrett. We got 4 fish alive. We're going to go 11:49, sir. 11:49. Tell us about your 2 days, Garrett.
Yeah, like I said, today was pretty frustrating. I tried to lead off of a bite that I found yesterday. I was catching them on a stretcher bank on a chatterbait. I thought I could lead off with that, hopefully put a quick limit in the boat and try to capitalize throughout the day, but it just didn't work out. Around 11 o'clock, I went into a cove, found a pretty nice grass mat, and started doing what I love to do, and that's throw a Terminator frog. And I had probably 7 or 8 bites within a stretch about as big as your boat, and 1 ate, and that was that big one that you guys just saw, but every other one was quality, so it's a bummer they didn't get hooked up. But that's fishing, and that's how my day went. So other than that, I just want to thank my sponsors. I got Terminator. Like I said, I was throwing the frogs today. Awesome bait. Rapala, they've helped me out huge this year. Discount Tackle. VMC, Boatmasters, Bass Cat Boats. I think that's it. So, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Garrett Bradshaw, nice job, sir. Great job on that big fish too, as well. Luke John's coming up next. Luke had 12:59. He was a bubble man yesterday on weight, 10th place. Here's a reigning angler of the year. Locked that up at the Columbia River in August last year. Gonna have to wait till September to lock that title up this year. We got 5 today, Luke?
Yes, we
Grab that microphone. Let me get you a weight here. How many keepers today did you catch?
Only 7 today. I had the opportunity to have about double that, and just the way I was fishing, it was just hard to hook up with them.
Let's see what the weight is here. Okay, can you tell us about? We got a limit. Nice job, Luke. May get in on a weight today. How about 1610, 1610? Tell me about your 2 days, Luke. Great job.
I'm very happy with that. I honestly thought I had about 13 pounds. But anyways, my day today, it started out sort of good. First spot I rolled into was throwing a drop shot, hooked up pretty quick, and boated about a 2.5, maybe 3 pounder. And then went back into a little pocket with a grass mat, throwing the frog. Caught one on that. It was a small one, and then you know, there's a lot of grass in the lake right now, and I felt really comfortable just picking up a flipping rig. You know, a lot of the guys out here weren't up in the grass, so I felt like that was kind of the least pressured thing I can do, which gave me the best chance to catch fish today after we've been beating it up. So yeah, I went up real shallow, threw a Yamamoto Cowboy on a 1 ounce weight, and just flipped every little grass hole I could find. And it took a while to get some fish in the boat, but I rolled into one pocket and caught one of those 4-pounders. And then about 5 minutes later, caught another one, flipped right back into the same mat, got bit again, and sadly missed that one. It felt like another good one. But it was a phenomenal time. This lake is awesome. I'd love to come back when there's a few less boats on the lake, but it really showed its quality. I think you know, a lot of these fish were pretty skinny, but if they weren't, we'd have some really big bags. But you know, I got to thank all the people that support me. My parents came all the way down here to watch, so thank you guys. And then everybody back home watching, all my friends and family. And then on top of that, I got to thank Yamamoto baits. Like I said, I was throwing that Yamamoto Cowboy, and that's one of the best flipping baits. You could throw it on the back of the jig. You could do just about whatever you want with it and catch fish. And you can buy those actually at Fisherman's Warehouse. That's where I work, and it's one of the tackle shops in Northern California. We got 3 locations and an online store, so go check them out for all your tackle needs. I also got to say thank you to Wayne, all you guys over at Fisherman's Warehouse for letting me have the time off. It means a lot. And on top of that, CNC Marine, they keep my boat running. I run an older boat, and they are just you know, phenomenal mechanics, and they're just awesome. So if you're in the market for a new boat or you need your boat worked on, take it to one of their locations. And aside from that, the Torch Eyewear, it was awesome this week. Really helped me, you know, look into the grass, find where to flip, and that was a huge key for me. And you know, hopefully squeak in the top 10, and if I don't, then I guess I get to drive home early. So thank you.
Luke Johns, great job, sir, with a weight 2869 total. Luke. Hayden Lee. I watched Hayden fish close all the last 2 days. Hayden, you got me 5 in there?
Yeah, I got 5. I caught 15 today. So
good job. No wonder you stayed close in one place.
Yeah, I stayed in the same spot most of the time, fishing like 80 to 110 feet of water, suspended with a 2.2-inch drop shot. I'm sorry, 2.2-inch Kitech on a drop shot, 3/16 ounce, using my live target.
You were in 7th place with 1355 coming in. Let's see what we're going to add to it. Going to be close to make this today. A little less today. Going to go 1082, Hayden, 1082. Grab that microphone. Just tell us a little bit more, man. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Basscat, Hooked, and Ione. Their online store. Yeah, Basscat, Hooked, Tired. Yeah, they're here. Jay's here. They came all the way 10 hours to support. And my grandparents, I want to thank them a lot too. My fiance, Michaela, and all my family. Yeah.
Good job, Hayden Lee. We'll see where it lands you, my friend. Maybe fishing tomorrow. Going to be very close. Joey Skim coming up next. Let's get a picture, Joey. Go ahead, man. We got your hands full there. Joey had 1685 with 8 keepers. Only caught 8 with 1685. Going to day 1, we've got one alive. Don't tell me that, Joey. 178, my friend. What happened today? What, did they just go away from you?
I had the camera boat with me. No, you know, second cast, I caught that one on a frog, and I don't know, just nothing went right for me today, you know, and it is what it is. That's fishing, and you know, it's still a blessing being out here fishing, and I got my family with me this time. So yesterday was awesome, though. It was really fun. So don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna get my mind right tomorrow, and Monday we got the top 10. So see what we can do there.
Get your mind on that, buddy. Good job, Joey.
And I want to thank all my sponsors too. And if Nick makes it, good luck tomorrow, bud.
Joey Skim, everybody. Great job, man. Day one, second place. Had a tough day. Takes 2 days to qualify. Earl Dalton coming up to the scales today. I know Earl's got a limit, I am sure. No limit today. What happened, Earl?
Oh, it's tough out there, man. I lost about 3 or 4 of those, so I should have had a limit. I definitely could have had it, but it was just tough for me today.
Let's see what we got. Let's get you a weight. Let me call a weight, and you tell us about your 2 days, sir. How you? 524 today. 524.
Yeah, it was tough for me. I've never been down here in Southern California. I like it though. It's fun, but I mean, it really switched up for me today. I couldn't catch a fish till about 11 o'clock. I just went crazy and just started fishing as hard as I could. Figured a little something out, and I got 6 or 8 bites from 11 to 3 o'clock and put together what I could. Real quick, just want to thank Jackson Rancheria, major sponsor, Hooked, Ione, California, friends and family, everybody at Jackson Rancheria.
Earl Dalton, buddy. Appreciate you, sir. Great support of Wild West Bass, the folks from Jackson. Mr. Bill O'Shin coming up. Bill been fishing good with us here. Had 973, a little light on weight, but how many keepers today, Bill?
I got 7 keepers today.
Any big fish at all?
No, I was in an area that just had a bunch of small fish, and I hooked a really big one this morning, but he broke me off on a tree and came up and jumped all around me, and it was a heartbreaker. But anyway, I had 3 fish at like 2:30 this afternoon, and I thought to myself, you know, what would my XT8 buddies that are here, what would they do? They're from San Diego here, and I retied and I put some 4-pound test on, and in the last 30 minutes I caught 4 fish. So you know, I mean,
let me get a weight real quick, Bill, before you finish. I'm sorry. Got a limit today, Bill. Gonna go 1075. Continue on 1075.
So yeah, sometimes you just got to get extreme with it, I guess, or the opposite, right? So anyway, thanks everybody for coming out. I really appreciate it. I got a couple buddies here that showed up to support me, so I appreciate seeing them, and we'll see you guys all at the next one. I'm really looking forward to this Western Classic we got, and that was my big thought today. I'm sitting in 15th in points, and you know, my whole day I was going, if I just catch a limit, I'll be solid on points to make that top 20 for that big Western Classic we got coming next March. So I think I made it in that. I'm hoping I maybe squeak a check or something in this one, but thanks everybody, and we'll see you at the next one.
Bill O'Shin, everybody. Thank you, Bill. Johnny Johnson from Fishing with Johnny Johnson. Johnny said, I think he's going to build a house down here so he can fish here locally here quite a bit. Had a tough day yesterday, man. You've been filming too much. You told me you had to get some shows in the can.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of filming. I've been away from home a lot, actually, and managed to slip up here to do this tournament. First time I've ever seen this lake. It's a beautiful little lake. Kind of reminds me of
stuff at home you got.
Yeah, a little bit at home here, so it was kind of cool. But
let me
it
get
was
a weight
still
here,
tough.
Johnny. Let me get a weight real quick before you finish. 4.
I did one better than yesterday. How's that sound?
757. Go ahead, Johnny. 757.
Anyways, had a great time. You know, I started with a little crankbait. After yesterday's fumble, I'm like, you know, I'm going to do something a little different. And I decided, man, I'll go to that little crankbait. And, I mean, it was a little one, little treble hooks. And I knew when I pulled it out of the box, I'm like, oh, man, this is one of those deals where you might lose a fish or two. And I did. But, you know, I lost 1 good fish on that. I lost a couple of good fish drop shotting today. Should have had a limit, but, you know, that's fishing. It's hard when you're only getting so many bites to execute 100%, you know, fishing all day long. It's really tough. You know, things happen. And, you know, I threw 8-pound test on the drop shot thinking around, you know, I didn't think the fish would be very line wary here. And you know, at home I usually use 6-pound, 5-pound test. But here I figured you know, if I ran into some wood, because I didn't know what to expect, 8-pound would be good, but sounded like I should have dropped it down a little bit, and that might have helped us out a bit. But had a blast. You guys did a great job. Got through the first season. Okay, I got my feet wet. I'm ready for a little more now, son, but I got to get a rest.
We'll get you in the top 30. Tell these folks where we can find your TV show.
Oh, you can watch my fishing show, Fishing with Johnny Johnson on Valley Sports, Arizona. Been doing it 25 years and running out of things to actually teach people anymore. It's crazy, man. I can't believe I've been on that long. It's on 4 or 5 days a week. Make sure you catch it. It's Valley Sports. They bought out Fox Sports, so it's been a good deal, but been having a lot of fun. I'm excited. Ready to go next year.
Glad to have you on board, Johnny. Thank you. Johnny Johnson, everybody. Last Arizona angler as well. Mr. Paul Hodges. Paul had a tough day yesterday, but I bet he rebounded with 5 this afternoon. Good and alive. And they'll be back. We use our live release boat here. Go get them back in the lake. We got 5. Paul, let's get a weight here, sir. Big rebound over yesterday. How about 1061? Tell us about your 2 days, Paul.
Well, thank you, Randy. So when I came up here, I was kind of thinking we were going to have post spawn, so I had everything set up for light, drop shot. It turned out to be, didn't work for me yesterday. I came in with 1 short fish and ended up going shallow and started throwing a white vixen, and I caught 6 fish today, all on top water. I did catch some drop shot fish, but top water was what did it for me today. I do want to thank my sponsors, Yamamoto Baits. Big shout out to Ace over at Wickenburg Marine. My boat had about 6-7 little things I wanted to get done to it, and in 2 days Ace took it in, got taken care of, got me on the water up here, so I appreciate that. And as always, a big shout out to our military. I have a son in the Marine Corps over in South Korea, so shout out to you Hodges over there. I know you guys are watching. And thank you, Randy, your guys' staff. You guys got taking pictures. You guys do a wonderful job with this, and we appreciate all you do.
Thank you, Paul Hodges, buddy. Be careful going home, my friend. That is our last angler away. Again, I want to thank you all for coming to our weigh-in this afternoon. Apologize again. Usually we have a TV and all the results posted up there. We don't have a signal, so we can't get on live. We will have this show filmed, taped. It'll be up on our Facebook and our social media YouTube channel as soon as it can. And we'll have the results. Anglers, the top 10, we will call you guys. Most of you know you're close. Start getting ready for tomorrow. I'll call you each, let you know you made it, and give you the details about tomorrow. Those of you fishing on Monday, I'll call you as soon as I get that done tonight, give you some more details, give you some housing that you may be able to want to use up there at Pyramid, and we'll finish up Lake Mojave. Again, these anglers qualify in the top 30, going to move on for our championship here on the Apex Cup. I want to thank our sponsors again. We could not be here without them. All our staff that makes it such fun to work on. Got Bridgeford Outdoors, Bass Cat Boats, Mercury Marine, Super Clean, Lithium Pros, P-Line, Wood Brothers Flooring, Torch Eyewear, Signature Fencing. Kevin, hope you're all right. Made it home, buddy. One of our anglers that fished with us was sick this morning. Couldn't hang around. Torch Eyewear, Woo Tungsten, Bob's Machine Shop, Dish Network, Excel Marketing. They're presenting this event as well. Thanks to those that are just on board with us. Duo Realis, Valley Outdoors, AccuCull, A1 Tactical, Rowan Made, Signature, like I said, Signature Gate Systems, Ben Green Insurance, Power Pole, Price Sims, family of auto dealers, Fisherman's Warehouse. They sponsor our release boat and our conservation efforts here. Thank you for all coming out to weigh in this afternoon. We will sign on back here and add to this in just a little bit with our top 10. Tell you who made the cut. Be looking at that. We will start tomorrow as early as we can, about 5:30 from Sand V. Our top 10 anglers, they start back at 0. So I hope you'll join us tomorrow. Again, maybe the signal's a little better over there. We can get you live in the morning. We weren't able to do that as well. This happens, but the fishery is worth it here in Southern California. Thanks for everybody that made it possible here. Jim Slight, thanks for hosting and helping us get down here, and we appreciate it. From Wild West Bass and the Apex Cup, Randy McBride signing off. We'll be back on here with a top 10 just as soon as we can.